name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer. What am I just doing?
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back for another comeback reaction, this time a repackage to some of our faves. The Dreamies are back. NCT Dream.
Oh yeah, people don't get who we're talking about just by saying the Dreamies, I guess.
Well, I feel like if you're an citizen, like a citizen, you get it, but... Anyways, NCT Dream had a repackage today.
Yeah, so it's the repackage of their album that came out earlier this year, and this song is called Hello Future, and it looks very whimsical. And obviously we watched the teasers leading up to it, but honestly, we're paused on the screen, like the very first shot. It makes me think of the collaboration they did with Pink Fong and the dinosaurs.
See, I was thinking it gives me like We Go Up vibes, or like We Young vibes. Maybe more We Young vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Alright, anyways, shall we go?
Let's go! I really hope there's a dinosaur here. Oh.
Make peace.
That's their mission.
It's very like 70s, like aesthetic.
Oh, yeah. With the colors.
Forget about warlike times. Is this
Yeah.
It's literally like 70s music. Lyrics wise. Not...
This music is very like... yeah.
How do they put that in every song?
Oh, that's so... Whoa! It's this weird combination of like, I feel like I'm floating. And then all of a sudden there will be a chord that goes like... Oh, like the text too. The font.
I was gonna say, they move so well as a unit. Like...
It's up.
And now it's Men in Black?
It's the future.
But it's like the alien glasses.
Oh, and their hair.
Yeah.
Aww. Just the one hair.
I relate.
Why deny?
I feel like I've seen... There he is. I was like, I haven't seen Nana a lot.
Wow. Oh, that,
I love that.
That chord is so... I did not say a word, I just made a face.
Yep. Sometimes that's all you need. Oh, entropy. Okay.
Oh, English. That was so pretty.
They're starting like a revolution. They're leading us into the future. Because they are leaders. It's prodigy.
I can't get over it. It's still like this weird mix of like very light, but then like something turns really like distorted or off-putting. It's almost like a...
You're welcome.
I'm a little disappointed that there were no dinosaurs.
It's the prince wave, like the princess wave.
Ah, thank you for being...
Yellow and blue! First, y'all know the drill. I live in a city now. There's always construction happening. So if there's weird noises, apologies, but I'm pretty sure you won't be able to hear it too loudly. Now, into the song. So first, I want to talk a little bit about like the title, the concept, everything, because since I heard the title of the song, that it was Hello Future, I have been thinking about this, but then now having read the lyrics, seen the video, seen the concept, it just feels even more solidified in my mind. But it's about the Dreamies being like leaders into the future of the industry. I mean, the Dreamies, I'm about to be such a proud mom. They are so young, but they have already accomplished so much. More than that though, this song I feel like is really saying like we still have a lot more to offer and like we have the whole future ahead of us. Like let's all go into the future together because I mean like they've been around for 5 years since their debut, but they're still very young and they still have so much more to get through. So I'm very proud. But as the dance, I want to say a couple of things about that. I said in the reaction, they really move as a unit. And I won't talk about this for too long because I feel like I always come back to this in Dreamy reactions, but it's because I'm always astounded by it. They really move as one body just made up of 7 different people. Like they are the perfect example of a dance core. And I think part of the reason for that is just not only that they've trained together for so long, but that they started training together at such a young age. Their bodies are trained to move like each other, and also they have the camaraderie and the synergy between them to actually be good at it. And it's so satisfying, and it really works for something like this because the dance and the way they're moving together reminds me of the part at the end after the bridge when they're like walking forward leading as one unit. That's what the dance is like. And then I thought something else was interesting because in the same way that you kept saying like, oh, it's whimsical, but then there'd be like a line that is twisted or like sticks out, the dance was sort of like that too, because from what I could see, the feeling of the dance for the most part was very smooth and light and sort of that like whimsical, peace, love, and happiness, those vibes, right? But then there would be movements in it that were a little bit twisted, and it was always on the lines where you would point it out too. That's what was really interesting. Like the one that's sticking out to me the most is in the music video scene where they paint the rainbow with their hand, but the way that their hand is like their wrist is broken and their ankles are sort of like their feet are in a stranger position. Like it's a move that sticks out from what they've been doing before that. So I thought that was really interesting. I like that reflection. And it shows in the set too, like that sort of mix of peace, love, and happiness, like whimsical vibes, but then like spaceships flying around or a random piece of hardware like thrown into the set. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I love watching the Dreamies. They bring me so much like joy, happiness. I'll just stop there because I'm in a really good mood. So Anna's turn.
Hello. It's time for my comments. The first thing that I have written down is sort of a disclaimer. I wish I was good enough at music theory, like my ears were trained well enough to, with the short amount of time that we have during comeback reactions, to write comments to be able to figure out all the cool intervals and exact names for the chords and everything that's happening. My ears are not that well trained, unfortunately. But all I can say is that they're using some really cool intervals and chords and harmonies. Like the best example I can give is the one in the chorus that I kept freaking out and talking about. You know how in the reaction when we were talking about when Nana was in the middle and he does like the hand thing like ma or like da, it's on the extended like sustained ahs. It's always that part where the background voices will come in as well, and the chord becomes really interesting. It's very off-putting though. I can't tell which of the like the wonky chords it is, so I'm gonna guess and go with augmented. Augmented means above, which means that the notes are further apart than they typically would be in like a typical major or minor chord. That means that there's like more open space with how the melodic line has been going. It's been ascending that whole time until they end on that note in that phrase. And also the vowel is very open. It's on an ah. And along with the texture and color of their voices and the way that it's been mixed, plus the intervals, in my mind, what I was visualizing, like the picture I put in my mind is like this light shining, but it's like a really artificial light. It's not like a sunshine light. It's like a beam of light. What was it? A spaceship. Beam me up. No, maybe kind of, because I was also like, it also feels like it's lifting me up as like the ah is sustained. It's like ah, like that. But kind of also touching back on what you said and something that I said in the reaction, where if you just listen to the melodies that they're singing, it's very sweet. Just listen to the melody itself. But then if you combine it with the instrumental happening in the background, instrumental is like kind of darker. It's more grounded. Like the bass that you hear is more grounded. And then there's the like the occasional line in the chorus where it's like, oh, it's a simple like melodic line, very straightforward and major, and then all of a sudden one note goes somewhere different than you would expect. And then it goes back to being what you would like expect from the song. So that's what I meant when I kept saying like, oh, it's like whimsical, but there's like this weird sort of darkness, I guess, off-putting feeling combined into it. One thing I want to talk about though was Obviously, Dreamies have great vocal line and their background vocals are always amazing, but one thing I thought was really interesting was the ones in the pre-chorus, because at the beginning of the pre-chorus, instead of just like oohs or ahs in the background, it's like I don't know what syllable they're singing it on, but it's like very rhythmic. It's kind of like used in a percussive way, so it's like a sort of thing happening in the background, but it's only in the first half of the pre-chorus, and then towards the end of the pre-chorus, like they add voices for the build-up into the chorus drop. But I thought that one was really cool. Oh, and then final small comments. I know that I made a face at like Mark's rap part in the bridge, but that's because I was like, oh, something was weird about that, and I was right. It's because from the bridge into the final chorus, if you've been counting the beat in 4/4 time, like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's one measure. They do like half a measure and then go into the final chorus, so it like is shorter than you would expect. So I was like, something's weird. They also start the song on like half a measure, I think. It's in the middle of a measure, but I wouldn't consider that a pickup. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I love the Dreamies as well. But TLDR for this reaction video is the Dreamies are back with their repackage, and the title track is Hello Future, and they are the future.
Yes.
That's it. That's the tweet.
That's it. But if you love the Dreamies as much as we do, and if you are as proud of them as we are, then come find us on our social media, linked in the cards, and we can talk about how amazing they are and how they are the future. If you enjoyed this reaction video, then please like, comment, and subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!